Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of our EAFC 25 career mode. I hope I find you all well today. We've got loads to crack on with today, so not going to spend loads of time chatting away at the start of the episode. Big games to come in the Premier League as we face Tottenham, Man City and Liverpool in today's episode. We've also got Borussia Mönchengladbach and Red Bull Salzburg in the Champions League, and we're going to end today on our Carabao Cup quarter-final at St Mary's against Mikel Arteta's Gunners. So just going to dive straight into the first game of today's episode. It is Borussia Mönchengladbach at home, match day 5 of the Champions League phase, where Southampton are currently unbeaten. Looking for another 3 points on the board here. Come on, you Saints. Yeah, diving into our first game in today's episode, I actually forgot to mention at the end of the last one, we saw James Ward-Prowse going down with a 3-month broken toe injury. So he's going to be out for the next couple of months. Of course, scored a wonderful free kick. I think that was in the previous episode or maybe the one before that. But yeah, I've really got on with JWP this season. He's getting a lot of football, but does give the likes of Ilya Gruev and a few others the chance to step in as Leonardo rifles in the opening goal, starting to get to grips with the Brazilian. And I think that is goal number 7 of the season for Marcos Leonardo. Really good run of form for the new man up top. Well, what a start to today's episode. Saints fans are in full voice, and it's no real surprise with the way the team are playing at the moment. I'd kind of compare us to how Liverpool were doing in real life this season under Arne Slot, flying in the Premier League and the Champions League as well, doing well in the Cup through to the quarter-final. So it's pretty parallel or similar parallels to Liverpool in real life. So yeah, doing really well, but we know that the tough times will come eventually, especially with how overpowered form is in this game. It's all going really well at the moment, but that can change in an instant in FC nowadays. So yeah, we've got to be very conscious that everything can change in the blink of an eye. Corner for Borussia Mönchengladbach here, 20 to play. They've not really offered a threat in this game, but that's right across the face of goal and headed away or cleared away by Marcos Leonardo. They've kept the ball really well, but not really caused us too many issues. We've been really solid defensively once again, and we're just looking to see this out here. A second goal will do it, and Marcos Leonardo looking to go through the gap. Brilliant feet, and then he took a poor touch back into the middle of the goal. That probably should have sealed it from the Brazilian. Well, it's not going to matter regardless because the Saints hold on for the 1-0 victory. Marcos Leonardo with another goal as he continues his good little run of form, starting to get the best out of some of our attacking players. Kudus doing well at the end of last episode. St Maximan having a fantastic start to the season and starting to consistently score with this man, Marcos Leonardo. Another win on the board in the Champions League as the Saints look set for automatic qualification for the last 16. But anyway, jumping into our next game is Tottenham at home at St Mary's once again on the weekend. So games coming thick and fast, and with Manchester City to come in a few days and Liverpool next weekend, this is a real tricky spell on the fixture list for Southampton. Let's see if we can come through it unscathed. Come on, you Saints. Right then, big game here in the Premier League as we take on Tottenham. First versus third, although I think we have a 5-point gap over Tottenham at the moment. So even a point here would be a pretty decent result to keep them at bay. But I would love all three as St Maximan looking to burst his way through. But we've not got a very good record over Tottenham in this save. Sorry, we've had a couple of big defeats, so expecting a really tough game here at St Mary's. That's a good kick by Vicario to find Solanke. Still waiting for the first real chance of the game. Solanke needs some support. Has it in Divine. Still Alfie Divine. Into Solé and Divine again. It's a lovely Tottenham goal. And just before the half an hour mark, the visitors take the lead at St Mary's. Nice football again from Spurs. Solanke into Devine. But it's Solé who gets a foot in. Now Downs into Mohamed Kudus. Kudus going on. Lovely feet by Kudus. St Maximin. And Martin back to St Maximin. Across the box for Kudus. And it's a brilliant Southampton goal. Mohamed Kudus with his third of the campaign. And we're starting to get a tune out of him now as well. I mentioned it in the Champions League clash against Mönchengladbach, starting to get the best out of our forward players. St Maximin across to Kudus, and Southampton are level. Well, I'll tell you what, it's been a really good game, this one. Both sides have had chances, but are we going to find a winning goal, or are we destined for just our third draw of the campaign? Stein bursting through, and Stein, no foul on the edge of the box. Oh, Downs dispossessed on the edge. Cut back into the middle. No. Oh, it's off the post. And Southampton survive. I'm not sure who it was with the effort, but he probably should have found the net. Cannons off the upright, and, well, Southampton on the ropes here. We need the whistle. Lino dispossessed by Livramento, and I think that is going to do it. A 1-1 draw here at St Mary's. Decent point against a Spurs team who are certainly in the title race, and keeping them at bay for the time being. I said I would have taken it before the game, and being a goal down and fighting back, that is not a terrible result. Well, jumping into our next game, some more bad news as we see Chaibi go down with a 4-week knock. Manchester City up next at the Etihad, first versus second. The Saints still yet to lose a game in the Premier League after 13, but it's Manchester City who do sit top, a point clear of us with Spurs 2 behind. Looks like we could be set for a 3-horse title race, although it is the early stages of the campaign. Another huge clash here as we take on Manchester City. Come on, you Saints. Yeah, two huge clashes to kick off today's episode coming in the Premier League, but a decent point against Tottenham in the previous one, but away from home at Manchester City, a ground we've not got a particularly good record on. We lost by a single goal to nil here last season, but we're a different Saints side this year. I'd say we are most certainly in with a chance of being in the title race this year. We were in it last year, but it never really felt like we were serious contenders. This year it feels slightly different, but this is the biggest of tests away at Manchester City. Well, City, the best scoring team this year, and Southampton, the best defensive team. Something's got to give. As St Maximin fires in a wonderful goal, but the flag does go up. I had a feeling he was offside, but it's still a wonderful hit from the Frenchman. Yeah, he's gone a fraction too early, but what a strike. We had a goal ruled out for offside here last year through Evan Nilsson. So we are creating chances when we travel here as Stein looks for Marcus Leonardo, and it's straight to Unai Simon. And right on cue, creating another big opportunity. Pretty tight angle for Leonardo, but he did well to hit the target and test the keeper. Promising start this from the Saints. Hudson into Stein. Forward for Marcus Leonardo. And again, forcing the save out of Unai Simon. St Maximin to swing the corner into the middle. Yusuf goes up. It'll fall for Kudus. And now Ian Martson from range. His shot blocked. Van Dijk wins the header though. And Stein on the edge has space. It's off the woodwork. And Marcus Leonardo can't turn it home. Saints pushing for that opening goal, but just can't find a way past the champions. Rodri gives it straight to Flynn Downs. And now Mohamed Kudus. Just getting our subs warmed up on the sidelines. Kudus going on. long way out, but didn't really have any options. And testing Unai Simon once again, we've just not been able to find the breakthrough today. It's been a brilliant performance. All that's missing is the goal. And there is the whistle. Always a decent point if you can pick one up at the Etihad, but we had the better of the chances. We just really cannot win on this ground. I don't think we've won here all save long. Maybe once back in season 2, maybe? I know we beat them at St Mary's, but we never seem to get the better of them here at the Etihad. Another clean sheet and another point on the board. As it ends here, Manchester City 0, Southampton 0. Well, the games don't get any easier for us as we welcome Arne Slott's Liverpool to St Mary's. 3 really tough games in a row in the Premier League. They're currently sat in 8th place though, not exactly flown out of the blocks, but still very, very early stages, and we know they've got some real quality in the side. So expecting another really tough game here. Come on, you Saints. Yeah, I mean, we couldn't really have had 3 harder fixtures if we tried. Liverpool, Spurs and Manchester City. Doesn't get too much harder than that, but we've got through the first 2 without defeat, so I'm hoping that we can at least avoid defeat here. I would take another point, and to be honest, just keeping the teams around us and the traditional top 6 teams at bay is good enough for me when we face them. Yes, we'd love to target all 3 points, which we will be doing, but if we get a point against them, it is never a terrible result. So taking on Liverpool here, as I say, I would take another point on the board. As Kudus finds Walker-Peters, and that's lovely football as Leif Davis caught out down this side, the former Southampton man. And Kudus goes on, lifts it into the middle, looking for Marcus Leonardo. It'll come to St Maximin, and he flashes it wide of Mamardashvili's post. And Mohamed Kudus strikes, and this time Mamardashvili has to get gloves on it. Interesting 2 on the left side of the back 4 for Liverpool, with Jacob Greaves and Leif Davis, the 2 former Ipswich Town men. Tonali into Luis Diaz. There's Harry Kane. Danger. And a big save by Muric to deny the England captain. Luis Diaz down the left. Finds Leif Davis. First time we've seen him get forward. There's Harry Kane again. Lovely football, and Kimpembe does really well to get a foot on it right at the end of the half. That would have been a real blow if Liverpool had found the net there. Deadlocked at 0-0 at the break, but chances at either end. Elliott looking to get the ball out to Diaz, but it's not going to reach him. Kudus finds Stein. Steps away from Leif Davis nicely, and Stein into the penalty area. Pegged back for Leonardo, blocked, and Kudus! What a brilliant hit by Mohamed Kudus. 2 goals in 2 games at St Mary's, and Mohamed Kudus, with the ball dropping out of the sky, manages to keep it on target, flies past Mamardashvili, and Southampton have the lead against Liverpool. Yeah, it's fair to say we're getting more out of Mohamed Kudus than we did from Fatawu down that right-hand side. What a signing he has proven to be, and to think we paid less for him than we did pick up for Fatawu as St Maximin spots him. Oh my goodness, off his line. And St Maximin now goes close. That was from miles in his own half, as Luis Diaz is subbed for Ferran Torres, and I honestly thought that was in. Mamardashvili was scrambling back onto his goal line and just sees it fly onto the roof of the net. So close from St Maximin. Get up, Mo. Go on, Marcus Leonardo might get there. No foul. Marcus Leonardo went for the near post. Had to put a lot of power on it, but Jacob Greaves there really, really struggling. And Leonardo snuck in, but his shot flies over the roof of the net, and Liverpool hanging on in there at the moment. Well, there is the whistle at St Mary's, and Southampton do hold on. Our first win of the season against one of the traditional top 6 sides after being held to draws by Arsenal, Spurs and Manchester City. But Liverpool having a pretty poor season down in 8th place, losing here at St Mary's thanks to that brilliant strike from Mohamed Kudus, winning the game for the Saints. That's a really, really good win against a strong Liverpool side. Wow, a huge statement victory from Tottenham, beating their North London rivals at the Emirates Stadium to keep pace with ourselves and Manchester City at the top. But our attention turns to the Champions League, where Southampton are currently sat in 2nd place with 4 wins and a draw in our opening 5 games, taking on RB Salzburg, who sit 32nd. This is a great opportunity for another 3 points. Come on, you Saints. Well, here we go then, underway here in a snowy Salzburg. Going to be tricky conditions playing here in the heavy snow, and I have to say I do always find it difficult playing in the snow in this year's game, so expecting a really tough game. Lots of changes as we've had those big clashes in the Premier League, and lots of fatigue starting to set in. So yeah, wouldn't be surprised if this ends as a 0-0 draw. Corner for Salzburg, swung into the middle. Gillette does well, and now Nathan Tella can bring it away, and there might be a break on here. Nathan Tella bringing the ball a long way, and Tella through the gap for Marcus Leonardo, and that's going to be a spot kick. Really poor tackle, and it's a red card. There's a fullback who was booked earlier on in the game. Referee pulls out a straight red. I'm not sure if it was a straight red or a second yellow, but either way, he is off, and Marcus Leonardo has the chance to score his, I think, 8th goal of the season. Leonardo sends the keeper the wrong way, and Southampton have the lead, and with the man advantage, we should be able to comfortably see this out from here. Tella bringing the ball forward, skipping away from one, and still Nathan Tella going on, and the final pass again is really poor, and that just sums up the game. We do come away with all 3 points thanks to the penalty from Marcus Leonardo, but playing against 10 men for the whole of that second half, and we just couldn't kill the game off. Doesn't matter too much though, the result is all we needed, and Marcus Leonardo with another goal, his 3rd in the Champions League this season, wraps up the victory for the Saints. Yeah, Southampton absolutely flying in the Champions League, and it's an English 1-2 with us and Manchester City 1st and 2nd. As for the Premier League, it's the other way around, City on top, but as we play on Saturday here away at Craven Cottage as we take on Fulham, with Manchester City and Spurs playing tomorrow, we can go top of the table for at least 24 hours with a victory here. Come on, you Saints. Yeah, another great win away in the Champions League, and we look set to finish in the top 8, and in the Premier League absolutely flying as well. But after those tricky fixtures, this is one that we should be winning pretty comfortably, so hoping to continue our good run of form. But it's always these games that you end up slipping up in, so gonna have to be on our best once again. Throwing down in the corner, Stein finds St Maximan, looking to take on Correa. Nice football. Martson on the weaker right foot finds Mohamed Kudus, who just cannot stop scoring at the moment. Mohamed Kudus does it again, and what a pickup he is proving to be from West Ham. 50 million quid well spent. Well, really good first half display from Southampton, but again, the only thing that's really missing is that second goal. We've absolutely dominated out there, but just have not been able to find that second, and you always run the risk when you lead by just one, that one chance for your opponents and you're back level at 1 apiece. So yeah, really need that second goal just to secure the victory, and I think once we get a second, Fulham will not be able to fight back, as Cameron Archer on the move. Archer on the spin. Sends it wide of the post. Well, Fulham gaining a bit of confidence here. They might be able to snatch a point. Still, we lead by just 1. It's not been convincing, and that's a dangerous ball through, and there is the goal. Memphis Depay levels up for Fulham, and the Cottagers stuck in the game and now find themselves level. It's a brilliant ball over the top. I thought Taylor, the captain, might get back, but on the half volley, Depay slams it in past Muric at the near post. And we didn't take advantage of the chances we did have, and now find ourselves pegged back to 1 apiece. And the referee calls full time. Disappointing result here away at Craven Cottage. A couple of draws starting to slip into our game. Still unbeaten and not conceding many goals, but Fulham on the score sheet and claiming a vital point in their bid for safety, thanks to that man at Memphis Depay. Well, we had the chance to go top there, but we couldn't find the victory. Let's see how Spurs and Man City got on. Looks as if they both won. Yes, City beating Arsenal by 2-1 and Spurs beating Brighton. So very, very tight at the top of the table. 5 draws on the board now for Southampton. We know it was an issue of ours last season. We're not losing many games, but we're just starting to draw quite a few. And we now fall 3 points behind the champions, Manchester City. But jumping into our final game of the episode, Carabao Cup quarter-final. I'd love to make it to the semis, taking on Arsenal on the back of their defeat to Manchester City in the league, hoping we can inflict back-to-back defeats for Mikel Arteta's side and make it to the Final Four. Come on, you Saints. Yeah, you will have seen from my lineup, I've gone for a really strong team out there today because never made it past the quarter-finals, I think, of a domestic cup competition. So I'd love to make it into the Final Four today. That's why we've gone for a strong lineup. And with the draw against Arsenal earlier on in the campaign, as Marcus Leonardo goes close, I certainly want to try and put a strong lineup out there to make sure we progress through, as that'll drop to Marcus Leonardo and that'll drop behind for another corner. Looks as if Arsenal have made quite a few changes, so looking for an early goal as Ndiaye goes up. Hine comes for it and does get there. Promising start from the Saints. Second half is underway here at St Mary's. I'd say we've had the better of it, but haven't really created anything too clear cut, and there is confirmation of that knock to Sem Stein. Looks as if he's run it off, so doesn't look as if it's anything serious, but I guess we'll have to wait and see after the game. But yeah, just need a goal to sort of calm the nerves as we've given the ball away. The last thing we want is another penalty shootout. Yazabal dispossessed. We've won it a few times there, but it's not fallen kindly. Stein fouled again. Francis diving in, and oh, we sent him off. Oh my goodness, Henry Francis sent off. Well, that is very harsh. I skipped it because I thought it was just going to be a yellow. That's the 3rd time this season we've seen a really, really soft red card given to the AI, and well, now we have to take the initiative as Stein fouled again by Martinelli, the substitute, and they're really going for us out there. Stein fouled again by Martinelli, and that's another naughty tackle. I think it's just going to be a yellow for the Brazilian, but he was late there and goes into the book. They're really going for us today, Arsenal. Yusuf plays the free kick short. There's Mohamed Kudus. Round the corner for Martson. Swings the cross in for Marcus Leonardo. And his header's comfortable for Carl Hine. 20 minutes to try and find a goal. Well, we're heading to the spot kicks. Frustration starting to kick in a little bit as we're hunting that goal. Arsenal just looking to kill the clock, and they're doing a good job of it at the moment. Struggling to get the ball back off the Gunners, but it's been presented to Mohamed Kudus there. And he's ridden the challenge. Erdegaard can't dive in. Flynn downs from range. And that's off William Pacho for the corner. Nathan Tella comes across to float the ball in. It's dangerous. Solé attacks it. It's loose. And Karl Hein pounces on the loose ball. Just cannot will the ball over the line at the moment. Walker-Peters, Stein, and Tella has to slow it down. That's good patient play though. Leonardo through to Kudus, and Karl Hein is there. Well, another card for Arsenal as Miguel Gutierrez goes into the book. Kudus to swing the corner in. Looking for Sekou Mara. And Karl Hein gets there. Kudus. Still Mohamed Kudus. And still Kudus. And Hein gets something behind it. A big save from the Estonian. And this has been a great cup tie, but we've just not found a way past Karl. Kudus to swing the corner in, looking for that near post run of Sekou Mara. And it's over the top. And we're heading to spot kicks once again. Yeah, not feeling particularly confident. Marcus Leonardo up first. I trust him, and he scores. Sends Karl the wrong way. Martin Ødegaard. It's off the post and in. Gavin went the right way but couldn't get there. Ben Brereton Diaz denied by Karl. And now we need a save as Marino puts it wide. Marino misses the target as Stein has to score and does. And restores the lead. Adrian Rabiot. Oh, it's a proper top bins that from the Frenchman. Sekou Mara up next. Mara sends Hein the wrong way. Doué up next for Arsenal. Doué with the dink. Beautiful penalty. And Gavin's not got close to one yet. Kudus going for that top corner and picking it out as well. We've had some good penalties as Martinelli up next. Sends Gavin the wrong way. Into sudden death. Will Smallbone. And Smallbone denied by Karl. And Yukinari Sugawara has the chance. The former Saint. Sugawara scores and Arsenal are through. And Southampton and spot kicks. You just know the outcome. We absolutely battered Arsenal for 90 minutes. Couldn't find a way past Karl Hein. And he's the hero from the spot kick. Sugawara sends Gavin the wrong way. And Arsenal are heading to the Final Four. We just cannot surpass this hurdle in the domestic cups. Well, let's find out who it would have been in the Carabao Cup semi-finals. It was a strong lineup. And we would have been taking on Chelsea over 2 legs. Just really disappointing that we can't seem to get over this hurdle of the domestic cups. We always seem to get knocked out before the semi-finals, and I thought that was our chance there. But nonetheless, it's still been a fantastic start to the season for Southampton. Starting to slip up a little bit maybe, but it has been a really tough run of fixtures for the Saints. We've got Chelsea and Manchester United in our next 2 in the Premier League, so another really tough run of fixtures. But at the moment, it's ourselves, Spurs and Manchester City out in front. Looks as if we're set for a 3-horse title race as we approach the halfway stage of the campaign. I'll catch you for the next episode very soon, guys, where we'll be back with more big games in the Premier League and our final 2 fixtures in the Champions League phase as well. Take care, guys, and peace.